Yes, after this point, it's going to be recorded just in case if you need it. And let me share my screen. Let's see what we have for today. Perfect. And we have some more and more people joining us today. That is amazing. So right now, as you aware, guys, we are still on Unit 3 and we are in the lesson 3.1 and activity 3.313 today. It's analyzing processes. So basically what I'm going to do is I will split this activity in two because I feel that when we have whenever we do all activity in one, it's a little bit long because I was checking my the recording. It's about 30 to 40 minutes. So let's do that way. In this activity, which is 3.1.3, and we are going to make a first half for today. And the next class, we are going to cover the second half. So today we will do about like 15 steps only. And overall, this activity is not that much complicated if we compare with the other one, with the 312. So we are still on the Linux. We are still on the network, and we are learning them. So analyzing process. So we know what's the analyze and what is the process itself. Oh, so the process, that means something is being run now. So something is being executed. So imagine that. So right now, you have a process, you have a Zoom. The Zoom is one of the process, the Windows that you are running in the computers right now. So maybe you have a Chromebook, you have PC Windows, or you have a Mac. So whatever you have, you still have one or two or couple processes are running. Nobody can say that, hey, I don't have any process running now. No, it's incorrect. If there is no process running now, that means your computer is not working. So if you have any device open, that means in the behind, something is being processed now. Maybe it may be one, maybe two, maybe three, but usually whenever you run any kind of operating system, you have a bunch of processes running. And we will analyze them one by one, and we will see how to find them, how to work with them, and how to do that. Perfect. So what I did already here, I just opened my environment and perfect. So we are going to work that one. Yes, guys, in our community, in our PLTW community, they are saying that they have some problems with the cloud with this system. So time to time, it will ask you to reconnect. So the only thing is, guys, you need to click that button, reconnect. So don't worry, if you are working and you will see the small screen popping up saying that, hey, you need to reconnect or log out. In the beginning, you will feel, what? But just say reconnect, so you will not lose it unless you have your time. You see, I have my time. We have like 80 minutes now, and we'll finish all of them in 20, 25 minutes. Perfect. So let's dive in. I will not take that much time. So managing processes. So we have a couple processing running right now, and we are going to manage them. But before that, let me just, before diving to the Linux, let's see what kind of processes we have both on Windows and in Mac, if you are wondering. So sometimes I feel my computer is, the fan of computer is working very hard. Do you feel that in your computers too? Or whenever you have your smartphone, do you feel that it's hitting in the back? Because the CPU is working a lot. But why the CPU is working a lot, that means there's a lot of processes are going on. So what you basically can do is, I think you already know that if you have a lot of apps open, you can just go ahead and close them. So on Android, it's just one click, but only if you're using iPhone. So what you need to do is you need to close all apps one by one. So that means you are just stopping some of the processes. So you see, you are helping your CPU, your processor. So we have a processes, we have a processor. So the CPU is just running those processes. So we are just helping, saying that, hey, I don't need this application. Let me just close it. And the same, before diving to the Linux, let me show on the Mac how it looks like. So on the Mac, they call it activity monitor. So if I go to the activity monitor, I see this page. If you have your Mac, you can just check it that too as well. You see, can you see how many processes are running right now? They are a lot. They are a lot. And right now, my processor on my computer, that is trying to run every single app. So I'm not sure if you hear right now. So my computer is kind of yelling, screaming. The fan is working fully. Like kind of I'm killing my computer now, but nothing to do. I need to run these processes otherwise. So yeah, I need them. But if you feel that you don't need some of them, what you can do is you can just go ahead, right click and close them and just finish them. But you need to be aware that some of the processes are from your operation system. If you stop, so I'm not sure. So for example, if I stop that one, I don't know what is the TCCD stands for. If I close that, maybe my operating system will be not running properly as it is, you see. So right now I have a lot of things running right now. And also I have some users. If you see the users over here, so we are going to analyze the users on the Linux just in a second, but I just want to show you. You see, I have some roots, I have some my name on it. So the root means it's being run by a operation system that I have on the Mac. And those ones with my name, this is my applications that I want to run. So for example, I'm running Zoom right now. I'm running my, what do you call it, like in Chrome right now, I have several tabs right now. I have my email, I have my chat, and so on and so on and so. You see, so those processes are run it by me. So I can go ahead and close them to help my processor. So how we can find the same one on the Windows? So let me just go to that one. You see, it's asking to reconnect it. So that is the issue in the PLTW right now. They are trying to fix it, but I don't know. Like right now, it's, yeah, it's a little headache. So if I want to see what is being running on the Windows on the PC machine, what I can use say that it's a task manager. You see on the task manager, so in order to run my Windows, so that is a Windows, they need to run all these processes. You see, so all these applications are running in behind. It's not that much as I had on my Mac because I have my personal Mac that I'm running my applications, but this is the PLTW Windows machine. So you can just see it's not that much, but still they have a couple of them. What you can do is, not now, whenever my lecture is done, you can just check your computer and you can see what is being run in the behind. And if you feel that your computer is working very slow or the fans are just working very hard, so what you can do is just go ahead and open your task manager if you are in the Windows and try to close those applications that you don't need it, as we are doing on the smartphones. So you will be helping your computers to work more efficiently. So this is just extra. It was not on the PLTW. Now, what I can do and how I can monitor my processes on the Linux. So what I'm going to do, it's the same picture, guys. You see, so I don't know, like like they are showing in every single activity. So that is basically my computer. From my computer, we are logging to login machine. That is that machine, and from that machine we are going to log into our Linux machine. So that is the Windows, that is the Linux, and that is my local machine. So whatever your local machine is. So from here, again, it's asking me to reconnect. So time to time, maybe you will see on your screens too to reconnect it. So that is fine. I will go to my connections. I have my 3 machines now. So all of them are 3 different servers. And right now we are still working on alpha. Okay. So if you look on the beta, if you look to the other stuff, so you can just go ahead and play with that one. But we are going to analyze in our next lesson. So right now we are still on the alpha. So if I click it, bounce. So that's, I like the most of the companies, they like to work with the common stuff. So we call it shell. You see, so you are not waiting for a couple minutes to boot it, to just bring it in front of you, because there is no the GUI, and it's just simple, just showing you. And right now I have access. Oops, I have access to my Linux. Perfect. So what I can do, so still again, guys, we are learning different commands. I know for the past 3 different lessons, we learned a lot. I'm not sure if you are taking notes, guys, but I do advise you guys. For me, still, I was teaching last week and I need to go back and see my notes. You see, I have on the water bottle, I have my notes here because I'm forgetting them. And I do believe right now we are going to cover the PS right now. And after 3 weeks, if I ask you, hey, what is the PS stands for? Maybe some of you will be struggling. You will say, I don't remember, guys. So unfortunately, there's no way. So we need to somehow to remember that. So let's see what is the PS stands for. Again. And I will just type a PS and we'll make enter and boom. It says me, hey, I have two processes running right now. One of them is bash and one of them PS. Okay, so but it's not all. Do you remember that in the Windows on in the Mac when I was showing the processes running, they are a lot, but right now it's showing two. So that means some of them are hidden, some of them hidden. And right now we are going to work how we can open those processes that I can see, I can monitor what is going on right now. Perfect. So PS stands for to show the main stuff. So the bash stands for the shell. So you see, I have a it says BASH. So bash stands for the shell operation. So whatever you see here in the black screen, that calls a bash. And what is that bash is? So let me just open my. I will get my pen and I will just explain just in a second what is going on. So we are as a user. Let me just put it here, user. Whenever we want to do something on computers, and by saying something, I just want to open one file or I want to execute one file. I do hope you remember the understanding like what is the executable file is. So whenever I double click on the file, so it does something for me. It maybe run something for me. It can play music for me. It can be playing video for me. It can be showing some pictures for me. So the executing file means so it has certain operations to do. Okay. So basically what I'm doing that in the Linux, I'm just giving the commands to the shell. So that is my shell. And the shell that it's a small black screen that I was showing. And after that, whenever the shell gets the command, it sends to the operation system that we don't see right now. The operation system is on the server. It's the Hail kind of these like GUI stuffs, but we are working here mostly. And this operation system gets my command, and after that, it goes and executes whatever I'm telling here. You see? So I have a couple pages open. It's the pages from the Zoom, so that's why I need to move them to the right, to the left. So yeah. So you see, it says only two processes are running. Now, one of them is a bash or bash, but like whatever you want to call it, and one of them is a PS. Okay, what is the bash is? The bash is that one. That is the shell. Oops. So it says that hey, you are running the bash now. Okay, that makes sense. So I running that one, and also it says that you are running PS. The PS is just a small program that we don't see. We just requesting that to list me, but I don't trust it because I'm pretty sure that something is also here. So I want to see what is running on my operation system and how we can do that. So I will go to my that system again. By the way, I was playing with these Linux yesterday in order to understand. Maybe they have some tools to zoom in. It's so tiny. I'm not sure if you see that, but I will cross my fingers that you see and you can follow what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at my notes now. So as we told, is discussed before, if I type the PS, it gives me only these two processes. But the PS has a lot of other functions too. And in order to see what is the documentation, so what I can say that I will say that that is the manual PS. So man and space and a PS. So if I click it, it will give me a lot of information. Now, I'm pretty sure that guys, you don't want to go ahead and read them, but if you want, you are more than welcome. So you see, it's not done yet. I will click any key on my keyboard, and it will give me a long documentation what is the PS stands for, and I can use my PS with other codes as well. So you see, I have a PS Alpha, I have a PS AXMS something, I have a PXF, and I have AX2, and so on and so on. They have tons of commands. Do you remember that in order to get something done on operation system? So right now I am here and that is my operation system, but I'm using my shell. And we already discussed about advantages to you of using the shell. So it's very powerful, it's very fast. Right now I have only one machine, but can you imagine that you have hundreds of different machines and you want to control all of them? So using this shell, we can connect to any other computers that we want. So that is the biggest advantages. But the disadvantages, like the downside of this shell, it's not friendly user, and also it's not about clicking; it's all about typing. So whatever you want to do on the shell, guys, unfortunately, you need to type a command. Okay, so it's easier to use on the operation system. You have a mouse and you go ahead and click them, drag and drop, click, close, open, delete. So all of them are done with the mouse. But here in the shell, it's all about coding. So that's why they have a lot of commands. But good stuff is we are not going to cover all of them, of course. It's too much. So if I just click, you see they have a lot. So if you want, you can go ahead and analyze them. And if you want to quit, just type the Q and it will quit. Yes, they are a lot. But we are going to cover just a few of them, like the PS that we have and something else. So right now I have only 3 or 4 to show to you. I will say PS space and dash EF. I don't know what's the EF stands for, but that is what it is doing that is going to help me. Do you remember that? I know I just messed it up all of them. Let me just delete it. So right now I am here. I'm using my shell, and that is my Linux machine. So for instance, we are working with the one machine only, but you can imagine that you have hundreds. So using this shell, I want to give a command that is going to list me whatever the processes are running here, and that is going to list here. So I want to see that list of operation system of my Linux right on the shell. And there is a specific command to do it. I will say ps space that dash ef. Okay, so if I type this command, it is going to bring all processes to me. Perfect. So let me just go ahead. I will just run it. You see, it's now it just bring me all processes that is running right now actually on that Linux machine. Okay, so far so good. So, and one more time, guys, don't worry, don't try to memorize like every single function that is in manual PS. So one of them is a PS. So right now you see I have a lot of processes here. So, but if I want to analyze them, what I need to do is I need to just scroll down, scroll up and see and analyze them. By the way, we are going to analyze them in a later on, but right now I'm just the point of these activities just to bring all of them in the proper way to see them. We are not analyzing them yet. So I just want to see. So for example, I'm searching something. I'm trying to catch a virus now. What I can do is I'm just scrolling up and down, up and down. It's a little headache. So right now I don't have that much processes, but can you imagine if you have thousands of them? So there should be ways to somehow organize them. So one of the ways to see them clear, what I can do is I will write PS and again dash EF, the same that we did before. And I will put that sign. I'm not sure, it's just a straight line. What is the name of that line? I don't know. And man, MAN, it's manual. So what it is going to do is I'm running, oops, PS, EF. Really, it didn't work. Let me just Yes, let me just go here. You see, it's the same that I was describing. From user, we are going to the shell, and from the shell, it goes to the operation system, and from the operation system, it goes to the executable files. So I just showed it all of them. We already covered what is the manual, and so on and so on and so on. Uh, more. Why I'm doing sorry, manual. So that is a PS4 and more. So that is the new functions that I want to show you. Let me just go here. You see, even I practicing that, I'm forgetting. So I need to have my clear notes. So right now, what I will say that PS dash EF, oops, not equal, EF, and that sign and more. I'm not sure what you call that sign. It's not a slash, it's just a, like straight line. So whatever it is. So what it is doing that, it is helping me. Oops, again. Guys, I'm pretty sure you will having the same problem. You will just keep reconnecting. So I'll just run it. You see, it's showing me first page only instead of scrolling up and down. So it helping me, hey, look at that page first. If you didn't find it, just click on the space bar or enter. I will show the second page and I will show another page. You see, it's just helping like the piece by piece, like the part by part. If you do not put up more, it will just bring all your processes to you and you manually need to scroll up and down. But if you put the more, it will just go ahead and show you one by one. Perfect. So far, so good. So let's see what we see here. I wish we can zoom it, but that's fine, guys. So we see some columns here. You see, so I have a root, I have an alpha here, I have some numbers over here, I have some numbers here as well, and I have some information. Let's go ahead and describe them. I will run it one more time. I will show you first page only. Do you remember that it was PS, EF, and more? Let me make it more clear. Yes, perfect. So right now, let me get my pen and I will explain. This is important too. So in the first column, it shows that who is running that. So for example, I have this process. Ugh, please don't do it. So for example, I have this process, okay? So that is good. That is run by root. And what is the root is? It's by operation system. So whenever you run any operation system, it comes as a default. So the system is running that. So here it shows the amount of the processes. So that is a process one, that is a process two, that is a process three. So that makes sense. It's just sorting all of them. And here it shows the group. So that is the 0, 0. So that means these two files, they are from the same group. I have a 2, 2, 2, 2 here. So that means they are from the same group. And by same group, it's the same category. So actually, you don't need to worry about that one now. And here it shows that how much time it takes to run it. It just even like close this close to nothing. It's very fast. So they started very fast, but some of you will see that. I'm not sure if you have the Photoshop in your computer or if you have like some heavy programs or you are loading the game on your computer, like the latest game. So it takes a time to load it. And you will see that this time will be different. So if you feel that the numbers are different here, that means that is a heavy application, that is heavy process, and it takes a time to start running that. And here is the name of the application itself. Okay, so one more time, this is by whom it's running. I will show you just in a second. That is my sort, like the application 1, 2, 3, 4. It showed me how many applications I have running right now. That shows the group. So mostly they are grouped from two. And the last, it shows the name of my process. So time to time, we can call it application or you can call it process, but both of them will be having the same meaning. So right now, if I just you see, some of them are run by something else. I see the stand here. I see something else here. So that means if I close that one, if I shut down this application, or if I shut down that application, I will not hurt my operation system because that application is running by a user. It's not for the application. So if I do one more time, yes, I have something else here. And also, please don't do it to me. And also I have alpha alpha. You see the alpha. Do you remember that alpha we had last week? So the alpha is me. So my username in this computer is alpha because you see the alpha here as well. So these three applications, which is bash, which is psef, which is more, that was run by me. Okay, so bash makes sense. That is the bash, that is the black screen. The ps and more, we just type it by ourselves. You see, that is a process, that is operation. Perfect. And one more for today, guys, and I will finish. I don't want to show you all of them from activity 313. We'll just split in two parts. So today we will do the first half. And let me just clear my screen. Oops. And to clear, I can say, I will just clear. So perfect. What I can do is, do you remember that the process that we have right now, we listed all processes, but they are somehow not organized. They are sorted by a number of the process. Do you remember that? We have a number one, number two, number three, all the way to the thousands. So, but what if I want to sort them by the user? I want to see all the application that is run by me, or I want to see all application that is run by root. So I'm not sorting by the process number, but I will run them, sort them by process name. So what I can do is I will say PS and EF again, and I will put a two dash, and I will say sort, which is equal to user ID. I'm not sure if you can see that. So I'm saying here from the PS EF again, I want to sort all of them by user ID. If I run it, now all of them are sorted. So I can just go back. You see, I see roots first. So all of them are roots. Even you see the numbers are not sorted. From the 24, it jumped to the 100 because I'm not sorting by the number. I'm sorting by the username, by the user who is running them. And after that, I can see all of them sorted by data, and I see the alpha and so on and so on. And also, if you want, you can sort them by this one, PPID. You can, if you want, you can sort them by time. So it's up to you what you want to sort. The only thing you need to change here, UID. Yes, these comments is all for today. I do hope, guys, I didn't mess your mind, but this is how we can see the processes that is running on the machine. Yes, you can feel that one. The GUI is much more easy that we have here. You see, I have my activity monitor. So that is the GUI. They have these fancy stuffs. I see some buttons here. I see some green color here. So it's much more easy. Of course, it's easy, but it takes time. It hurts my computer. If you have hundreds of computers and if you want to go one by one and check it, it will take a time. So usually the network guys, they are using this shell to make it. So assignment, what is for today? It's easy, guys, not that much, not that much. So what you can do is you need to take a screenshot of the following steps. Number 3, it's a PS. Take the screenshot and that's it. Number 4, just only one part. Number 4 was, do you remember that it was showing the manual of the PS? They have a lot of documentation, like pages, and just take one of them. I just want to see that you are able to see those manuals. Okay. And number 10 and 13 that we did like a few minutes ago, a few seconds ago. Yes, only these 4 submissions for today. And on Friday we will do the part 2. We will just keep working on the common stuff. Shall. Yes, any questions so far? I will go ahead and I will just publish in front of you. Perfect. Now it's being published officially. You have all of them on Discology. And let me just pause recording.